was watching you earlier today. You were just walking around carrying Mariah Carey.
Yeah. Mariah Carey.
Now, did you do that, or did she ask you to do that?
Well, you know what? The last time I went to Vegas when Mariah kicked off her tour, and she had that, you know, what do they call that? When they just have a residency. In Vegas, I went out to interview her, and she asked me to carry her. So I'm like, okay, I'll carry you. So she brought it up again today, and so why not? Anytime you get a chance to carry Mariah Carey, you carry her.
Okay. But I think this is a divided thing, and I can only speak for women, but there's no gray area. Either you're a woman that likes to be picked up, or you're a woman that says, don't ever pick me up. I am of the don't ever pick me up school. Who else is with me? Yeah. Because no black legging is going to hide whatever they're picking up. Like, appearance-wise, you can manipulate and deceive. They bring that up on top, and they're like, oh, wow. Like, people have always...
I'll be honest with you. I think you just have not been picked up by the right person.
No! You made me feel light when you picked me up, but in my life, people are like, wow, you're heavier than you looked. That is not something you ever say to a woman.
No. Now, it would be different if I'm like, Sarah, pick me up. Now, that's a whole different argument. It's going to take a lot. I'm used to picking up 350-pound men. Yeah. So
I am light and airy to you.
So for me, I can pretty much, I like it. I like it. If you want to be picked up, just call me. Yeah. Commercial break. That. We'll just pick each other up and walk around the studio. How about that? But Mariah was great. She sounded great this morning.
Yeah.
Her new album I listened to it. It is fantastic. Mariah is I don't want to say back because she never went anywhere. But this new her 15th album, go out and pick it up.
Know she
great
wrote
album,
so much
Mariah.
either.
Yeah. Big writer.
Yeah. We also have another congratulations to be had. I want to congratulate Jeff Rohrer, former Cowboys linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
He married Joshua Ross on Sunday in LA, and the reason this is unique is this is the first known NFL player to be in a same-sex marriage, which just in 2018 is a little surprising to me.
Yeah.
But he said if I had told the Dallas Cowboys in the 1980s that I was gay, I would have been cut immediately.
I believe that. Absolutely.
Do you think the culture has changed much in football?
I think the culture has changed that if you're a great player and you came out and said you were gay, I don't think they're going to cut you because your talent is the main thing. They're concerned about winning games more than anything else. But I do think there's a reason in football, basketball, baseball. You don't have any openly gay players, but if you look at the numbers, statistically, there are gay players. And even when I was playing, you knew which guys, or you heard stories, but it didn't bother you. And I think that's the thing. I never was in a locker room and felt any way different about a teammate. You're a human being to be in the first place.
Right.
And as long as we respect each other, that's all that matters. Well, but I'm pretty sure, and safe to say, I'm pretty sure back then, had he said it,
it would have been a different
it would have been a big problem, a different time, and he would not have been in the NFL. Because
I think there's a cultural misconception that links masculinity and sexuality, which they are not. They're mutually exclusive. Like, you can be as masculine as one, and that is not called into question by who you date. But I think that's something that we still group together, which is why there are these communities.
Well, sports is macho. Especially football, it's like, you know, it's like it's a bunch of growling and grunting and all kinds of stuff. So it's seen as the most macho thing. So that kind of veers away or steers away from what we see as macho. And that's why I think guys do hold it in or wait till they're retired or when the game is over for them.
Yeah.
And I can't blame them for that. So I respect that. And congratulations. Congratulations, those guys. Congrats.
This empowers someone else to be authentic.
Exactly.
So bravo for the marriage and bravo to living your truth.
Yeah, that is the truth.
Yeah.
And this is we're talking about football. Why not? You know.
Oh, I love when we talk
later
about
on,
football.
You know, I'm going to help everybody out later in the show, by the way, because Thanksgiving's coming up on Thursday. And one thing that divides a family quicker than anything over Thanksgiving meal is politics.
Yes.
So I'm going to talk to everybody about how to get through Thanksgiving dinner and talk a little football, see, even if you don't know. So I'm going to teach you a few things. That's later in the show.
I can't wait to glaze over and listen.
Matter of fact, I may ask you a question or two. But here's the football-related story, which I love this too. The Cleveland Browns, they fired their head coach. So the story yesterday that Condoleeza Rice may be the next head coach to the Cleveland Browns. Now, it ain't happening. It's not. She even says, she goes, I don't have the experience. I would love to call a play or two, but I would never call a prevent defense. I love that. But I think that it is about time. You see women more and more integrated into sports, and you have female coaches in basketball. You have some female coaches in football.
I went to summer camp with.
You went to summer camp with Becky Hammond?
I played basketball.
What happened to your career?
No, I still feel honored that I was on a court with her. I mean, I was like the last pick person on that team. I was one of the people that begged to be at the recruiting camps.
But I played basketball with you. You were good.
No, I know. You're a football player. She is a professional basketball coach for a men's team. Yeah. She kicks butt and
but
takes
she
names.
was great in basketball, in the WNBA. Yeah. So, but I think that with Condoleezza Rice, I think being a head coach requires so much experience, but I do think she could be NFL commissioner. I do think she could run a team in a heartbeat because I think she's inspiring. I think she understands how to make people work together and become a team. But the head coaching position with the X's and O's, to be honest with you, I wouldn't want that job. It's too much pressure. Yeah,
but you actually lock into a different part of this story. You talked about experience, and you said because she hasn't coached. My issue with a coach would be if they hadn't played the sport.
Well, you know what? Most coaches have.
Has anyone ever been coached by someone that didn't play the sport they were in? I think that's a unique. Oh, one guy in the back.
I have.
I don't think you could try. For me, I would have a hard time listening to someone trying to coach me that hasn't played the sport I play.
You have parents? They always trying to tell me about something they didn't do.
Oh yeah, my parents did me. Yes. Do
well, let me tell you something.
I do.
But I have been coached by coaches who have not played, or when they played, it was like in high school. But as long as you know the game, I think you can find out and know about something without actually doing it, because most people who coach are people who can't do.
What?
And a lot of times, a lot of players who have done it are horrible coaches.
Well, it doesn't always ensure you're a good coach, but if you've never played the sport, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think you get people talk about it all the time.
Career, I feel really insecure when a coach comes up.
When you watch football games or basketball games or baseball games, 90%, I want to say commentators probably never have
Well, the commentators,
really played.
I don't mind listening to them talk about a game. Everyone thinks they know everything about the game. I mean a coach leading me, like I'm following what you say.
What requires you to lead, to follow somebody who's a good
One,
coach?
Someone who's played the sport.
Okay.
Two, someone that seems to own the fundamentals of the sport and maybe had some success in their life.
Okay. So let's play football. I'll teach you some things. I qualified. You know what? I'm going to break you. You are going to learn about football if it's the last thing I do.
You've got your work cut out for you.
I'm all in for it. I'm all in.
Well, we were thinking if Condoleezza ends up in that job, she'll have to get new friends. So I wanted to talk about making friends.
I like friends.
Do you make new friends at your age?
You know, I had to get... What's so funny about that? I'm kind of at the age where I kind of have my friends, but I need to be more open. And I do meet more people, but I meet more people like doing activities, like golf or something like that.
Yeah, that's a super social sport. You go out with 4 people and drink.
Yeah, but it's like I usually don't know like one, but then they invite somebody else I don't know, and then sometimes you connect, sometimes you don't. Why, was there something?
Well, there was a new article in Time magazine about middle-aged men meeting new friends. So since I know you and you're a middle-aged man, I thought I'd ask. You're just shy of middle-aged. You're on the young side of it.
What is considered middle-aged?
I think 40.
Yeah. Oh, I'm well past that.
Is it 30-something?
What is middle-aged? 50? Oh, I'm not middle-aged yet.
Well, we're rounding up. He's closer to 50 than 40.
I got a few years ago. I do not mind meeting new friends. If you're interesting and we have a connection, then we can be friends.
You're Michael Strahan. Everyone feels like they're connected with you.
But we can be friends. You call your friends, I call my friends. We can do this every weekend. Yeah, that's how it is.
Well, just the biggest tip in this was you got to make sure to remember to hug them. It's an actionable emotion.
Are you a hugger?
Oh, yeah. I hug everyone.
Yeah.
I hugged my husband on a first date, and he went in for a handshake. It was weird, but it worked out.
You met your husband online. First date, you went in for a hug, and they are married with 2 kids. So, hey, it all works out at the end of the day.
Well, hey. Hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.